Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So today on PS to the A, I want to talk about mental illness. And with mental illness, you have people that think they know what you're going through. You have people that just are experts on what you should and should not be doing, how you should and should not be feeling. People that tell you the normal response, whatever, to it. Then you have those who tell you you're not positive enough. You have those who tell you you're making it all up. And it's because they can't see it, so they feel like it's not really there. You're making it up. No. If you were more positive, then you wouldn't be depressed. Chemical imbalances in your brain aren't always caused by the food you eat. I'm gonna repeat that. Chemical imbalances in your brain are not always caused by the food you eat. Some of the most healthiest people in the body have the most unhealthiest minds. Did you know that we're all imperfect? There goes your explanation. But for those who will not believe that, you have to allow a person to tell you what they're going through and listen with an open mind. Don't listen with the intent of telling them what they should do to combat this, combat that. Oh, you know what you should do? You know, you should just do that. You should just do that. Do that. Do this, do this, do this, do that. No. Stop trying to solve everyone's problems and actually listen to what they're telling you. I had to learn that too. And I have a mental illness. Clinically diagnosed. Been diagnosed since I was 19. And it's not that you're not positive, because I've had a week. I remember one time I had a whole week. I was happy. I was moving around. I was moving and shaking, doing everything. Ow. And I was depressed. I didn't sleep. And I wasn't tired. I didn't feel tired. It was like I was running off of whatever energy was there. It was just, I was at work 16-hour days, and I was trying to do more, sometimes 18 hours. And I would come home, I would watch TV all night, go back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't feel a drop of tired. And then the next week I had to call out. And it wasn't only because I was tired, it was because I was mentally drained. I didn't know what was going on. I was just so depressed. So it's not that you're not positive enough, because you can be really positive and be battling mental illness within yourself. So don't think it's just she's not positive or he's not positive or they're not thinking straight and blah blah blah. It's a chemical imbalance. Sometimes it has nothing to do with your belief in God. It has nothing to do with other people around you. It's a part of imperfection. And being that we're not perfect people, we're going to have moments where we become disoriented. We don't know whether up is down. We have moments where we think we see things, we hallucinate. And that's from a person that hasn't been diagnosed and they're healthy mentally. And, you know, people go, oh, ain't nobody healthy. Everybody's this, everybody's that. Okay, well, whatever you want to believe to get yourself kicking. But there are times where sometimes you feel like everybody talking about you. You don't even have no friends, but everybody talking about you. And when I say that, I mean like you don't tell people nothing about you, but you feel like everyone's talking about you. Or, you know how for women you have that time of the month and you think everybody knows it, not just you. Well, for me, having a mental illness, sometimes I feel like everybody is judging me for it, and I haven't even told certain people. It's not just bring awareness to mental illness. Mental illness been around since forever. And people will always have the opportunity to look up and to find out real information and to talk to those who are going through whatever they're going through with their mental illness. You will always have that opportunity. There is never a time that you can't just go and look up bipolar disorder or look up manic depression or look up just depression. Look up different medications, see people's testimonials on it, ask people questions that you know that have stated that they do have a mental illness. You will have that opportunity. Take it. Don't ignore it. Everybody talking about, let's build up a business, let's do this. How about some of us, if not most, learn something? Let me learn you something. My experience with bipolar disorder is different from someone else's. My experience with manic depression is different from someone else's. My experience with schizophrenia is different from someone else's. We may have a lot of the same similarities, but everything's not the same. So when I tell you my story, don't always think that because you have a cousin that says she's going through this and this and that I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, so you understand. No, I'm not going to let you understand because I'm not your cousin. You know, I'm not that friend, or I'm not that neighbor, or whoever you know that has whatever I have. I remember I was explaining my disease to a person that I met, and she was like, I think I have what you have. And I said, well, go get checked out first before you claim, because what I have is very serious, and it's not funny, it's not fun. I'm in pain almost every day. I'm stiff almost every day at some point in the day. One part of the day, I can be completely fine. I could lift up 50 pounds after, the second part of the day. Or maybe in the beginning of the day, I can't lift up nothing. I can't do nothing. And by the time 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock hits, I'm great, good to go. Oh my God, don't assume, because I'm telling you my story, that there's so many other people that's just like me. It's a lot of similarities. There are a lot of similarities. But everyone has their own struggle with those similarities. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may look at Kanye West and say, oh, I got a cousin that's just like him. How? You just gotta listen to the person. Let them talk. Ask them how they doing, but don't ask them in a, how are you, baby? But some people like that. So sometimes accommodate it. It's nothing wrong with accommodating people and what they want. Like, you can do that. It's nothing wrong with that. Wouldn't you like it sometimes somebody rubbed your back and, you okay? There's nothing wrong with that sometimes. But if the person says don't do that, sometimes you don't. If you're really close with the person and they accept it, do it. I don't like being called pet names. I have a friend that won't stop. She feels that that's her way of showing her love, and that's how she likes to talk to her friends. It's like 6 of us. No, it's 5 of us. 5 of us. And she's just like, she calls you all types of names, and I hate them. I'm affectionate, but I ain't that affectionate. I don't do pet names. Jokingly, yeah, but not on the, I'm seriously calling you this. So, we have those conversations all the time. I hate your name. She's, I know. I don't care. But, when you're that close, it's different. But when you're not as close to the person, you have to take a lot into consideration. And yes, you do have to tiptoe around what you say to people, because a word can be a trigger word. Like, you could be sitting there talking about sandwiches, and you can say I don't like turkey sandwiches. It's not the turkey. It's the way you said it. Set that person off. What's wrong with turkey sandwiches? Like, there's nothing wrong with turkey sandwiches. I eat turkey sandwiches all the time. You know, like, and it's not that you don't like the turkey sandwiches. It's the way you said something. So the tone of voice, all of that. And I know some people are like, I don't need to do that. If they don't like it, they don't like that. But yeah, and still, somebody got to consider you too. So for a person that sometimes can't control their impulses and they can't control what they say and what they're thinking, not a person that's just outright rude. I'm talking about mentally. Sometimes I have moments where I'm just angry and I can't control it. And it's nothing happened to me. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just angry. I'm angry. I'm like blowing up on everybody angry. I can't even look people straight in the eye. For those moments, I gotta kind of stay away from people. And I could talk to like 1 or 2 people, but I can't talk to them for too long because then after a while I get angry again. Then there's moments where I'm just extremely happy. I could talk to everyone. I'm having a manic moment sometimes. Those moments can be manic. Not all the time, but some of those moments can be manic. And my manic can make me purchase a lot. Or make me call people that I shouldn't be calling. Or I'm just developing all these big relationships with all these people that is no good for me. Like, everyone should be loved. Everyone should have happiness. And not everybody should be called. Not everybody should experience your happiness. And then you get involved with people that don't care about you being happy. They just want to hurt you. They just don't care. When it comes to mental illness, tread lightly. It ain't for the weak when you're dealing with somebody that has a mental illness. And if you have one yourself, it ain't for the weak. And let me just tell you, you are very strong for having it and dealing with it every day. You're very strong for continuing on and waking up and allowing yourself to go through what you're going through. Because not everybody makes it. And I'm not saying those people aren't strong. Suicide is a very strong decision to make. As for those who think it's the easy way out, it really isn't. Because you know you're not going to exist. You're not going to be here to defend yourself. People are going to assume. People are going to make up lies. They're going to tell you what they think. There's all opinions all over the place. You're selfish. You don't care about nobody. You don't think about yourself. No. Because I know people that my brother committed suicide. He thought he was helping us. He thought it was going to help us. I still struggle with the man's death to this day. I struggle. Because I tried to commit suicide and he was there for me and was able to pull me out of it. And when he did it, I wasn't able to pull him out of it. When I tried to tell him don't do it, I wasn't able to save him. So I'm living with that for the rest of my life. I couldn't save my little brother. That was my best friend. So don't assume anything about anybody. Open up your mind. When I say open up your mind, I mean like blank it out. Blank it. Don't go in there with the overanalyzing or thinking that you know what this person's feeling, thinking and all that. And unless y'all really that close and y'all have that type of relationship, that's different. But just, especially if it's your first time hearing about it. Like, this is my first time hearing about so-and-so and so. I thought they was good. I thought they was okay. Stop right there. Stop that thinking. Let it go. It's gone. Done. No. Don't assume anything. Leave all your assumptions in a bag. Leave it at home, wherever. Throw it in the garbage. Feel that way for like 2 seconds and then push it away. Because this person is spilling something to you that is not easy to let out. No matter how much people talk about, oh, we got to bring awareness and we got to be there for those with mental illnesses and we got to help them out. It's still hard for those with mental illnesses to talk about their mental illness. Especially if they've been this way for so many years or they've been showing you this type of person And now you got to see them in a vulnerable state. And this state is not something that they can control. So sometimes words, phrases, and stuff is going to come out that they don't really mean to come out. Whether they really feel that way or not. They don't mean for certain things to come out. And it's going to come out. And then you may take offense to it. Or you may feel like, you know what, since you said that, you always felt that way. And that's not always true. It's not always true that I don't like you. I don't like you sometimes, not all the time. And yes, I may think about something you did to me in the past. That doesn't mean that every day I think about what you did to me in the past. So give people an allowance to be imperfect, because none of us are perfect. Allow us to be imperfect, please. God does it all the time. You can do it too, and you're not perfect at all. You have no snapping power to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's one experience. This is part 1. PS to the A, mental illness. I have more parts coming up because it's becoming an issue for a lot of people. And I see a lot of posts on it. And I see some people post on it that they're just hitting with the generalized, you got to be there for those who have mental illnesses. But I'm going to tell you from a person that has mental illness. I'm not going to tell you from their standpoint. I'm going to tell you from my standpoint. All right? So that's the PS to the A for today. Part 1 of mental illness. I don't know when part 2 is going to be posted, but I will post a part 2. Peace out. Love you all. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by PS to the A. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.